Mele Kalikimaka, everybody. It's Merry Christmas time. It's Thursday. I'm Jeff. It's time for your weekly update. And did you know that no matter how dark things get, God always has a plan? He always has a plan. He's had a plan since the beginning of all creation. And Christmas time is a great time to reflect on the fact that God's plan came to fruition. It paid off. And I have a lot to say about the story of the advent of Jesus, the incarnation, and there's more to talk about than we have service time for. So today, what I wanted to do is share with you a little bit about how God's plan always has been the plan and did work out that beautiful night in Bethlehem. Because here at the beginning of the book of Matthew, it starts right off with how God has been orchestrating all the events through all of human history to work his plan. Here's what it says. The book of the genealogy of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham was the father of Isaac. Now, even that sentence right there's a whole backstory to that. Abraham being the father of Isaac was miraculous. That was a thing that wasn't supposed to happen, but God made it happen because God had a plan. Isaac was the father of Jacob, and Jacob the father of Judah. Now, we know Jesus comes from the line of Judah, but did you know that he comes from the line of Judah through Tamar? It says here, Judah and his brothers, and Judah the father of Perez and Zerah by Tamar. Now right there, right at the beginning of Matthew, you might skip through the genealogy stuff, but I gotta tell you, there's so much story baked into that one little comment that Jesus came through the lineage of Tamar. If you go back in Genesis, you read about Judah and Tamar. Tamar's his daughter-in-law. And there's a lot that went on to get Judah and Tamar to have children together, and it was weird. And it was the kind of thing that you would say, that's not right. Because it wasn't right. But God used it anyway. Because God had a plan. And God's plan works sometimes through things that aren't right. And he redeems them. And he redeems things that shouldn't be, but are. Because he's going to use all the things to work his plan. And sometimes we read, even as you go through the rest of this, you hear about Rahab, who was a prostitute in Jericho, not an Israelite. You read in here about the lineage that comes through Ruth, not an Israelite, she's a Moabite. The lineage of Jesus that comes through David by the wife of Uriah. There's a whole backstory there. God's plan is not just through all the peachy green stuff. God's plan is through the messy stuff. Why? Because God came as a human in the form of Jesus in order to fix the messy stuff. And he got himself involved in messy people's lives, like you and me. So if you feel messy, if you feel harried, if you feel like this world is in darkness, I gotta tell you, that's okay. God's plan is bigger. And God's plan might even be to use the messy stuff in your life. Lots of stuff going on in the next week and a half here at Grace Church. This Sunday, the 18th, 8:30, 10:15 is our big Christmas celebration Sunday. You won't want to miss it. We're going to be doing a lot of Christmassy stuff. The quartet's going to be singing. I'm going to be teaching on how God had a plan. Going to expand on this idea from Isaiah chapter 8 and 9. If you want to read ahead, you can. Then, on Christmas Eve, that is the 24th of December, Christmas Eve, we will have two services, 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock. But Pastor Jeff, what about live streaming? Are you going to do that? We totally will at 4 o'clock. Sunday, the 25th, is Christmas, which is a Sunday, which is normally when we'd be meeting here. But we're not going to be meeting here because I don't want volunteers to have to work on Christmas morning. And so what we are going to do is pre-record a brief little Sunday devotional time that will be available on the YouTube page at the normal time of 8:30 on Sunday morning. So if you are gathered around the tree opening presents and you want to have a little bit of church on that Sunday, it's available to you. The Sunday after Christmas, New Year's Day, January 1st, we will be meeting. But it'll be one service at 10:15, and that will be led by our elders. And that's always a real special service. You won't want to miss that. Speaking of January 1st and the end of the year coming up, the 24th is going to be the last time we meet as a church. So that would be the last time you'd be able to give in person if you would like to do end-of-year giving, which we always count on in our budget, so please consider that. And then also, if you are going to send it in, make sure it is postmarked no later than December 31st. Okay, I think that's all I got for now. Until next time, I'm Jeff, you're you, God is God, and he always has a plan.